Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. How are you? Are you okay? All right. Good. Today we're going to continue with our discussion from last class, and I will start with the. Remember, I mentioned to you that if you could find a verse, Quranic verse or hadith on externality. Anybody found anything? Anybody got something? Either a hadith or ayat Quran. Hello, dengar ke tak dengar ni? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody got anything? Did you find anything? Say something. Don't waste my time. And also your time. Anybody got something? No. Okay. If not, then I extend this to next Monday. Okay. So I give you time. You find something on Monday. Tell me. Okay. So if you don't find it Monday, I will extend it to another day. I want you to go ahead and find. It's not difficult. Google, yeah. It's not that you have to go to Hong Kong, you have to go to Saudi Arabia to get the thing. All right, just Google. So please, all right, don't free ride. Okay, don't free ride because since it's a public good, you think somebody else will do. And everybody has that attitude, free riding, then nothing is obtained. Okay, so everybody go and find. I give you, I give you a group. So go do together lah. Jangan lari. Okay, I will continue. So make sure on Monday, okay? Monday, please. If you don't get on Monday, I will assign. Okay, what I do, I will assign you. Okay, I assign a few people. Okay, this group. One Abdul Hadi. One Abdul Hadi. Who's your group member? Okay, one Abdul Hadi. You and your group find a hadith or ayat Quran or negative externality. And also I give another group, Nurul Shafia. Okay, Nurul Shafia. You and your friend find. Okay, on Monday I want to check. Ay, susah sangat ke? All right, so I will continue from where I left last class. Okay, we were talking about the simple majority rule, right? That we need 50% plus one vote in order to get the outcome. So this Q equal to 4, we go back to our model. That Q equal to 4, where we have 4 people vote yes, 3 people vote 1. More generally, Q equal to 4, receive 50% plus 1 vote. So we say that Q if equal to 4, win the election by simple majority rule. Okay, so equal to 4, we call it, this is the equilibrium. And they call it, if you look at the book, they call it political equilibrium. So if we do voting, the outcome, the equilibrium, is called political equilibrium. So Q equal to 4 is the political equilibrium by simple majority rule. So where we get what? The winner get 50% plus 1 vote. So that is the winner. So if you look at the diagram in the book, maybe they have some discussion on that part. So that would be our equilibrium outcome, correct? Or equilibrium output. And at that equilibrium, given the average cost and given the tax share, everybody will pay the tax share. So everyone, right, pays how much? Pays the tax share, T. Okay, so in this case, T is equal to 50. So 50 is the tax share. All right. Now, everybody pay, not just the person who vote yes. Okay, everybody will pay, even though you don't vote for it. Okay, so there are 7 people. So you have 7 people. And then you have T equal to 50. And then Q equal to 4. All right. And then what is the average cost? The average cost is equal to 350. Okay, now I want you to spend 5 minutes. All right. Given this information here, these numbers, I want you to find what is the total cost and what is the total revenue. Okay, that means in order to provide the public good, what is the total revenue in terms of tax collection? Okay, so I want you to compute, get the number, and you must have the revenue that we get from the tax share must equal to the total cost. Okay, okay, now do it. So you have 50, I also will calculate it. You have 50, and then there are 7 people, everybody pay 40, so okay, what is the total cost? Okay, Ramla, what is the total cost? Hello, Ramla, are you here? Yeah, you are here because your name is here. Okay, what is the total cost? Azim, what is the total cost? Can you hear me or you don't hear me? Hello? Boleh dengar ke tak boleh dengar ni? You cannot hear me. Ya, saya. Can you hear me? Yeah, you cannot hear me.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, Azim. What is the total cost? Okay, Imran, total cost berapa?
Wait, sir, I'm calculating. Sebab tadi
ya.
terleft sekejap.
Lamanya. Okay, buat. Siapa yang dapat dulu? Adrina, you got the total cost?
Is it 1,400?
You sure ke tak sure ni? Sure lah. You must be sure. You must be confident. Is it 1,400? Is it 1,400? Yes or no?
1,400.
1,400. Because 350, the average cost, you multiply by the equilibrium number. Okay, so every average cost multiplied by Q, you get 350 times 4, so 1,400. So that is the total cost. Now, what is the total tax collection? You are given T is equal to 50. Now, you can do it person per person first. So everybody pay what? If you look at A, how much will A pay? We can do it by individual. And of course, everybody pay the same amount because the tax share is constant. So now if you look at the tax collection, how much does A pay? We start with A. That will be equal to what? That will be equal to the tax share, okay, multiplied by 4. By 4, which is the Q. So what do we get? We get 50 times 4. So that is equal to how much? 200.
200.
So 200 you do for everyone. Okay. So do we get 1,400? We will get 1,400. So the tax collection will be equal to what? Tax collection. Let's say for person A, then we just call it TA. It's just equal to the T times Q, QE. Okay, that is equal to 50 times 4. So that is equal to 200. Oh, I'm sorry. The cost, all right, the total cost is equal to AC multiplied by QE. So you put in the number, you get 1,400. So we do for every person, B up to 8, okay, and show that the total will be 1,400. So you get the total tax collection or tax revenue will be equal to the cost of providing the equilibrium quantity of the public good. Okay, any question about this? All right, that's number 1. Now we're going to look at a little bit detail in the model, into the model, because this model is a basic model and it's important. Now, if you go back to the diagram, we go back to the diagram here. We know that when you vote, okay, the criteria of voting is where the marginal benefit is bigger or equal to the tax share. Now, if you look at the equilibrium number, you look at equilibrium, Q equal to 4. Okay, now look at the equilibrium Q equal to 4. Now for each of these people, of these voters, what can you say about the marginal benefit and the tax share of that voter or that individual? That Q equal to 4. All right, we start with A. Okay, for A, what can you say about A's marginal benefit relative to the tax?
Less than the tax.
Less than. Okay, for A, the marginal benefit less than. What about B?
Same.
Same.
Less than.
C less than. Okay. Now you look at oh, I think my label is not right. A, B, C, M. Betul lah, our solution is M. You look at M. All right. What about M?
Same as the tax.
Same as?
The tax.
Same as the tax. Okay. You see, for M, the marginal benefit is equal to the tax. Now we move on. What about the next person? A, B, C, D. Okay, D. A, B, C, M, F. F, I'm sorry, F. Okay, this guy F here. What about F?
Marginal benefit more than tax.
Marginal benefit is more than the tax. All right. So you see here, this the distribution. For, of course, you know that these people here, A, B, C, the marginal benefit is less than, I don't want to write here. Yeah, okay, I write because I don't want to mess up the graph. Marginal benefit less than the tax for A, B, C, right? And you look at the other side for Q bigger than 4, here Q less than 4. Okay, for A, B, C. And you look at F, G, H, that means bigger than 4, the marginal benefit bigger than the T. Now, there is one guy, okay, one voter, which is M, where the marginal benefit is exactly equal to T. All right? Now, if you look at this M, we call M median voter. Okay, we call M median voter. Why median voter? Because number one, he is in the middle of all the demand function. All right, if you look at M, he's in the middle. You got 3 high, 3 to the right, 3 to the left. So he is the middle voter. Okay, so you look at this, the middle voter, which we call it median voter, is the person who get MB equal to T. Okay, right. Now, what is MB equal to T? MB equal to T is the most preferred outcome. Okay, most preferred choice. So you have the condition, okay, we already have the condition, MB bigger or equal to T is the condition to vote yes. Now, when MB equal to T, that is the most preferred. The most preferred choice of a voter or individual. So when MB equal to T, that is where our most preferred choice is. Okay, so that amount of Q is our most preferred choice. So in other words, MB equal to T, then that Q, all right, the Q that you get will be what? Will be the most preferred choice to the voter. So for our model, MB equal to T, all right, is what? Is at Q equal 4. and that Q equal to 4, we call it the most preferred outcome of M. All right, the most preferred choice or outcome of whom? Of M. Now, who is M? They call it M because M is the median voter. Okay, median voter is, like I said, voter whose demand function is in the middle. But we're not talking only about the most, we're not talking about, you know, when we talk about median voter, we don't really mean the demand function or the preference is in the middle. We're talking about what? We're talking more about, of course, roughly speaking, it's the voter in the middle. Okay, in the middle. In terms of what? In terms of preference, demand function. Okay, in terms of preferences. So if you look at the diagram, M is in the middle. Why? Because you have 3 to the right, 3 to the left. So he is in the middle in terms of preference. Now, what we are more concerned of is this. It's the voter. It is the voter whose most preferred outcome, whose most preferred. So we are not talking about the preference per se. We are talking about what? About the location of the most preferred outcome or choice. Okay, most preferred outcome is in the middle of all most preferred outcome. Middle of all most preferred outcomes. Okay, do you understand that? Here we are talking about not just the preference, we are talking about what? We're talking about the location of the most preferred outcome or choice. So the median voter is the voter whose most preferred outcome is in the middle of all most preferred outcomes. All meaning other voters. Okay, all voters. Now, what is the most preferred outcome? Most preferred outcome, like I said earlier, is where MB is equal to T. So where at the upper level where MB equal to T, that is your most preferred outcome. All right. Now you go back to the diagram. You go back to the diagram. The diagram is very important. You look at the diagram. Q equal to 4 is the most preferred outcome of whom? Of M. All right. Now, if I look at Q equal to 5, whose most preferred outcome is that? 5.
Can you repeat, sir?
Okay, Q equal to 5. Q equal to 5. Whose most preferred outcome is it?
F.
F. Okay, because for Q equal to 5, MB equal to T for whom? For F demand function. Okay. Now I go continue, you know, with the similar argument. What about Q equal to 6? It will be what?
G.
G's
G.
most preferred outcome. And then if you look at 3, it will be whose most preferred outcome? Will be C's. Okay. Q equal to 3 is C most preferred outcome. So you see that 4, all right, is the median or the middle of all most preferred outcome. So that is what we mean by median voter. The voter whose most preferred outcome is in the middle of all most preferred outcome. So you are looking at what? In terms of the most preferred outcome. All right. We can see that 7 is the most preferred outcome of H, and so on. So 4 is in the middle of all those most preferred outcome. Okay. All right. So we call M what? M is the median voter. So median voter means in the middle. So under this voting system, under simple majority rule, who get the most preferred outcome? Median voter. Okay. So under this model here, Q equal to 4. So the outcome of the voting process, all right, the median voter is or her most preferred outcome. Where his what do you call it, his preference, the marginal benefit is just equal to the tax. So he pay exactly his marginal benefit. So this median voter will pay exactly, okay, exactly his or her marginal benefit. Marginal benefit or his willingness to pay. Okay, let's look back into the diagram. MB equal to T. T is 50. So that is exactly his marginal benefit. His marginal benefit is just 50. Okay, that is just exactly equal to what? Equal to the tax. So you can say MB equal to T equal to 50. So he just pay exactly 50, and that is just his marginal benefit at 50. Okay, all right. Now, what about others? What about the other? You see that M is the only person who get his most preferred outcome. Now, what about others? Now, when you look at others, you have to look at the people to the right of M, people to the left of M. All right. So we start with people to the right of M in terms of preference. To the right of M. So in this, these are the voters F, G, H. Okay, F, G, H. What about those people? And then you look at the people, the voters to the left of M, A, B, C. Okay, now what can you say about these people to the right?
Pay less than their marginal benefit.
So people to the right, they pay what? They pay less than their marginal benefit. Now, what about the people to the left? They pay what? They pay more. They pay more
than their marginal.
their marginal benefit. So if you pay less than your marginal benefit say 100, but you pay only 50. So how do you feel?
Happy.
You are happy. So these people to the right, of course, including M, they are very happy. They are fully satisfied. Okay, they are very satisfied. They are very happy. Okay, why? Because I pay less than my marginal benefit. Now, what about these people here? I pay more than marginal benefit. My marginal benefit is only 20, but I have to pay 50. So what happened to me? How do I feel? I'm not satisfied. Okay, they are not satisfied. They are not happy. They are not happy. Okay, so not happy. Why? Because I have to give more. Okay, I have to pay more than my willingness to pay, or my value that I put to that amount of public good. So this is one implication of voting by majority rule. Some people will be very happy, but at the same time, some people will be not happy. Those people who vote for you, okay, who vote yes, they'll be very happy. The people who vote no will be what? Will be not satisfied. So this will be just based on the voting. So level B, these are the people who vote no, all right? And these are the people who vote yes. So for those who vote no, they have still to pay, so they will not be happy. Why? Because they have to pay more than their marginal benefit. All right? Okay. Any question? Okay, now, what we have here, I draw, the book, they draw a very nice demand function. You got A, B, C, D. So what I want you to do, okay, you try this. You draw on another diagram, these 7 people, you put the demand function very, very close to each other. You put the demand function, okay, the preference, close to 4, close to M. Okay, make it very close, or even, very, very close. Okay, put the demand function close. So that means ABC will become closer to M. FGH will also be closer to M. Okay, you got it? Scatter, okay? You don't need to draw a very nice diagram. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. Okay, make it very close. We are talking about happiness, yeah. Okay, we are talking about happiness or satisfied, not satisfied. Okay, another one. You maintain, okay, you maintain FGH as per this diagram, but ABC though, you draw it smaller, you draw it further to the left. Okay, ABC, you draw it further to the left. Okay, make it ABC, the demand function further to the left, dekat dengan y-axis. Okay, all right, good. So another diagram. We want 3 diagrams. Okay, the other diagram, you maintain ABC ni macam tu, but FGH you spread out to the more to the right. FGH, further up on the right side. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's see what you got. I cannot see, all right? But let's see. So number 1, okay, first diagram. Got the AC here. Okay, this is M. M doesn't change. Now everybody stay close to M. Okay, that's number 1. All right. Now number 2. Okay, that's the P. Now M, median voter doesn't change. That is M. Okay. FHG was still there. But ABC, what? We draw it. So, okay. Now, the other one. That's M. Now, ABC stay there. But we draw the FGH further up. Okay, all right. Now, you look at the diagram. Compare it to the first diagram. Okay, now what do you observe? Any observation? Whatever you observe, you know, from what we do here. Okay, anybody?
Marginal benefit, the tendency apa? Closer to T.
First diagram, marginal benefit is very close. Okay, very close, not to T, very close to M. Okay, that means the demand function of motors, they are quite similar. I mean, they are very close. Okay, they are very close. So if they are close, then what is the implication? What happens?
Almost satisfied.
Everybody, okay, will not be very satisfied and will not be very dissatisfied. Okay, if I am not satisfied, I am not very satisfied too much, just a little bit. Okay, because my demand function is not far from the median voter. If I am satisfied, I am not too happy. Why? Because my demand function is still very close to the M. All right. So here you see here the demand function are very close to each other. So everybody almost about you know average. Not too happy, not very unhappy. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. You look at this second diagram. And of course, that relate to the third diagram also. Sama. Okay, what about the third diagram? Oh no, second diagram tu lah. I look at here.
ABC very unhappy.
ABC very unhappy because my preference is too low. Okay, and I still have to pay what 50, and it's very far. Why? Because our preference is very far from the outcome 4. So I'm very unhappy. All right. What about this third diagram? Opposite of second diagram lah. Okay. FGH will be what? Will be very, very happy. Okay. All right. That's number 1 in terms of satisfaction of the voters. Now, second, what about the outcome of the voting process? Does it change?
No.
No. Okay. You still have the median voter most preferred outcome, which is 4. All right. So, by looking at this diagram, you know, second diagram, ABC very unhappy. Third diagram, FDH very, very happy. So in this model here, you know, your preference, okay, individual preference doesn't matter. Okay, where your preference is doesn't matter. Whether you are too far from the median voter or you are too close to the median voter, it will not affect what? It will not affect the equilibrium. No effect on equilibrium. So individual voter doesn't matter. Right? You can be very, very far away in terms of preference from the median voter. Still the outcome is the median voter. Right? example, either you are too close to M, you are too far from M. Either way, either side, it doesn't matter. It is still what? Still, the outcome is the median voters most preferred outcome. Okay, so preference individually doesn't matter, and also implication of that changes in preference one doesn't matter. Okay, if you change your preference, for example, I change my preference from first diagram very close to M, I change to what? I change to further away from M. It still doesn't matter. Okay, so one implication of this model are not very good. Not very good. It does not really consider or responsive to individual preference. Okay, they just look at what? Look at the aggregate, and the most important is the median voter, because the median voter will get his most preferred. All right. So this is what we call the median voter, median voter theorem. I think we call it a median voter theorem. So I don't know whether they have it in the book, median voter. Okay, so they have here the median voter is the voter who will get the most preferred outcome, and that becomes a theorem. I mean, it can be, it is true, not just in one case. It's true for all cases under simple majority. Yeah, I find the we want to put in a more formal manner. Yeah, median voter theorem. So I just write down there. Median voter theorem. The majority, simple majority voting. Simple majority. Majority voting will lead to I think will lead to the most preferred outcome. To the most will lead to the most preferred outcome of the median voter. We already discussed median voter will lead to result simple voting will result in. I think better result in will result in. Okay, will result in the most preferred outcome of the median voter. So again, the median voter will get his or her most preferred outcome. Okay, given preference are single peak. This one, tak payah fikir dulu. Okay, given preference single peak. For example of single peak preference, macam ni lah. Demand function downward sloping. Okay, so that is an example of single peak. So like a downward sloping. And we are going to look at this a little bit more detail later on. But for now, all right, of course, the assumptions are taken into account. We say that the simple majority voting will result in the most preferred outcome of the median voter. So that is called median voter theorem. Okay, all right. Any question? Anything? We go back to the diagram. Okay, we go back to the diagram tadi tu. I draw the diagram a little bit. Okay, I think I still have space to use. Suppose I look at the average cost. The cost, some of it, the average cost. Now at Q equal to 4, I extend it up. We get the intersection here. Okay, at the equilibrium Q, the median voter, you extend up to the average cost. You get that thing. Okay, so E, either you can call this E. Okay, that is also E. Right. First E in the bottom in terms of median voter, that E we just correspond to the E that is in terms of what? In terms of the average cost and the quantity, equilibrium quantity. Okay, so one in terms of the tax share, I have the equilibrium here. At the same time, if you extend it up to the average cost, you will get this here. Then from there, you can see the average cost. Okay, where it is the average cost. Right. Any question? So the median voter get his most preferred outcome, the one that he get feel just nice. All right. So median voter is special. Okay, median voter get most preferred. Others either get, okay, others get too little. Too little, the preference to the left of M, or others get what? Or too much. Okay, too much to the right now. So median voter gets the right amount. Okay, because MB is equal to T, which is his most preferred outcome. So that is the, what do you call it? The model and the simple majority rule. Okay, we do the voting, and the outcome of the voting process will lead to the most preferred choice of the median voter. Okay, all right. Is there anything else about this model? Yeah. Okay, I already talked about the description of this model for voting. You will end up people. Some people are happy. Some people will not be happy. But of course, in life, you cannot satisfy everybody. This model, okay, I will just generalize a little bit about this model. This model actually is very, very applicable, all right? Applicable for us to win this election. So implication of this model on how to win election, all right? By simple majority rule. Okay, how do we win election? Suppose, all right, suppose we're looking at a country, you know, one country you have two parties or two coalitions, just like Malaysia. You have Barisan Nasional and you have the Pakatan Harapan. Or you have the Pakatan Harapan and Pakatan Nasional dulu. Okay, now it's PN and PH. Or if you look at the US, you have Democrats, Republican. If you look at Britain, Britain, Labour versus Conservative. I'm not very conservative. Or Liberal versus Conservative. Normally, we're talking about what? We're talking about two parties or two coalition. How they win? How they want to win election by simple majority rule. We can apply this model. You know, we can apply this model in order for you to win the election. Right? And suppose there are so many voters. Okay, suppose there are many voters in the country, and the distribution of the voters maybe will be something like this. Here number, okay, number of voters. Probably distribution of the voters will look normal. This is what you call normal distribution. If you take statistics, okay, remember normal distribution. Dibentuk macam bell. And the median is U. That is 0 here. So I got 50% here, 50% over there. Okay. Now you relate to the what? To the model that we just discussed. You have 7 voters. The median M, okay, which is that is Q star. So that is the median. Okay, or you can also say that those are the median voters. Okay, so you have the median, the middle. Putih pula tadi. Okay, can you see the screen now? Okay, so now how do I do, or what should I do if I want to win the election? Suppose this is conservative. Okay, conservative ni dia conservative lah. Here liberal. Okay, liberal, very free-minded people. Okay, so they like high Q, high quantity of output. Liberal, no, conservative, they like low. Okay, they don't want to spend too much. So these are the liberal, conservative, or you know, you can think of PAS. PAS kat situ, UMNO kat sini. Okay, dia opposite. Alright, not now lah. I think if it was about 20 years ago, maybe that is true. Right now, not so much. So you have this opposing coalition, and they want to win election. Okay. So according to our model, if you want to win election, what is the outcome of the election? Based on our model just now. What is the outcome of our election? That get the simple majority vote. No? Who are they? Who's most preferred outcome? Hello. Kita go back to our model. Okay, to the theory. Okay, whose most preferred outcome is the outcome of the election. Hello. Tengok ni. Tengok balik lagi kita lah. What is the outcome of the voting?
Q star.
Q star. Q star. Whose most preferred outcome is Q star? What do you call the person M? That means his most preferred outcome is 4. What do you call that M?
Median voter.
Median voter. Okay. So the outcome will be the outcome of the median voter. If we do that, that means because that output, okay, that Q win the election by what? By 50% plus 1 vote. Okay. That median outcome, that median voters outcome, or the most preferred outcome of the median voter, which is the outcome of the voting process, will win the election by what? By a simple majority rule. Okay. So now, if I want to win the election, I should focus on what? I should focus on who? On the median voters. Okay, I should focus on this guy, where Q star is. Because by focusing on him, I can get what? I can get 50% plus 1 vote. Okay, so the application of the median voter theorem is here. Okay, in order to win the election, okay, I will show you how. So if you want to win the election, what I do, I just apply the median voter theorem. Okay, in other words, the outcome of the voting will be the median voters' most preferred outcome, and I win the election by 50% plus 1 vote. Okay, all right. So let's do it now. You have these two people. Liberal, conservative, or Pakatan Harapan, Barisan Nasional, or PAS, UMNO. Suppose, all right, suppose the conservative or PAS will just do the output Q1. Okay, and the person here, Q star, okay, the person liberal will take the view here. We'll choose Q. Okay, sekejap. Okay, all right. So here, the distribution of the voters. So it's from what? For the conservative, will be the voting will be from left to right. Sini lah. For this, liberal will be from right to left. Okay, because we have 50%, 50%. Okay. Now, let's say I take Q1, the other party takes 10 Q2. So, how much vote do I get? I only get vote here. And this guy will get vote over there. All right. Now, this liberal is quite smart. So what he does, he will go up here. We'll take this position. Q. Okay. Now, conservative doesn't change his position. He still choose Q1. So what happened to the liberal? If I change my position to Q3, do I get more vote or I don't?
More.
I get more vote. So I got vote up to here. Okay. And the conservative will still get vote up to Q1. So these people here, they are undecided. So when you go to election, all right, these people who are undecided, most probably some of them will vote liberal. So liberal may win the election. Okay, may win the election. Why? Because there are so many people who are undecided, so they may vote for liberal. So liberal win the election. Okay, now next year, after the next election, conservative we think, this cannot be, mana boleh jadi. Ya, kita kalah hati dia sebab apa? Sebab we are too rigid with our position. So in order to get more votes, what will the conservative do?
Increase Q.
Increase Q. I change my position. Okay, I become a little bit liberal. Okay, if last election I said, you cannot go out. Women cannot drive. Something like that. So this election, tak boleh jadi ni. So what do? I think women can drive. So now you can get votes from women. Maybe, okay, we take a position more to the right. So I do it up to here. So if I do it up to there, that means I will get more votes. Okay? All right. So now, what do? If I want to win election, if both parties want to win election, or if one party want to win election, which output would you choose? Closer to which output? Output may not be exactly that much, that amount. Which Q do you choose? Closer to what? Will you take what? I think closer to what? Closer to
median.
Closer to the median. Q star. So I'll take position closer to Q star. Okay, say Q5. And the other party also take position very close to Q star, say Q6. So both, okay, you see here, both will get almost 50% of the vote. So there are only a few people in the middle. So they'll do campaign, things like that. And whatever they can do, campaign, and maybe they look at personality and things like that. So you can win election. So in order to win election, what do? We take the position of whom? Of the median voter. So people say what? Voter atas pagar. Okay? Pengundi atas pagar. This pengundi atas pagar lah yang penting. Okay? Because they are in the middle. No, dia atas pagar lah. Atas pagar dia tak stand. But here we're talking about what? We're talking about the median voters. So if you want to win election, according to this model, you take what? You take the position closer to the median voter. So I take position in terms of Q, right? Closer to the median voter. By doing that, I get what? I can get votes. Okay? So higher chance of winning. Higher chance. So we cannot be what? We cannot be too conservative. You cannot be too liberal. Okay, you cannot be extreme. So, pendek kata, we cannot be extreme. You have to be what? You have to be what? Ni extreme lah ni. Very low output, ni very high output, extreme. So what position? Moderate. Okay, take a moderate position. And that is Islamic. Okay, moderation. You don't be extreme in your position. Take moderation. So moderation, we take moderate position, high probability of winning the election. Okay, all right. So if you study, not just study lah, you just observe. If you observe certain parties, you can see the change, the change of their position. I'll give you experience, because maybe you were not born yet. In the 1960s, 70s, I was youth, I was teenager. Maybe you were not born yet. And then you have position in the 1990s and then 2000s. All right. Okay. So good comparison, PAS dengan UMNO. Okay. PAS at that time very, very conservative, very strict. UMNO quite liberal, at that time, very few people, if you talk about women, very few people pakai tudung, actually in my generation when I was young, the girls pakai benda tu, pakai skirt, bukan skirt lah, panjang sikit pada skirt, kita panggil midi. Tu midi SN dia lah, dia bawah sikit pada lutut. We were going modern, and people going higher study for becoming modern. But PAS very conservative. Okay, so when you look at the 90s, there is a movement in terms of their position. UMNO become less liberal, more conservative, You'll see people in UMNO pakai tudung, pakai kopiah, pakai songkok, and PAS also become a little bit more liberal. And you look at the 2000, all right, you see the change. It's quite different from last time. Why? If you look at this theory, all right, because you want to win election. Okay, so if you want to win the election, you have to go to the middle. Okay, when you look at the middle, meaning what? Meaning moderate. Okay, that is the position people take in order to win election. Okay, all right. Now, if you look at this kind of simple majority rule, in order for you to win the election, of course, you take the median voter position, but there are other factors, all right? There are other factors, not just you take the median voter, you win the election. That is not as easy as that. In real life, there are other few factors. What are they? What are the other factors for you that may contribute to us winning the election?
Give money.
Itu corruption, okay? But that's true. You give money, okay? But you have a rule now, okay? If you give money, you give kain plakat, you give segala benda, that is not considered a fair fight because you are what? Give because you are influencing. Okay, you are influencing negatively. There's negative influence. You give itu kapan? Rasuah apa dia? Rasuah.
Bribe.
Bribe.
Bribe. Okay, that is bribe. Itu tak boleh. Sekarang ni dah haram lah. Okay, under the new election rule, you cannot give money. Last time boleh. All right, but of course you can do campaign. Okay, this one okay, theoretically boleh lah, but ethically not accepted. Okay, apa lagi?
Give great manifesto.
Manifesto. Okay, what is your plan? Because the voters, if they see your manifesto ni your plan. All right, what is your plan? So you have a plan, a very good plan. People believe. Janganlah menipu. But if you have a plan, cakap, if I win election, harga minyak turun jadi RM1. Menang election, harga minyak naik. Tak akan menipu. Okay, so the plan must be realistic. Don't just talk. Talk is easy, but you have to back it up. Okay, so if you want to have a plan, janganlah menipu. Plan tu biarlah realistic. Alright. So if your plan people like, then can contribute. Okay, apa lagi? Ini kita boleh think of the candidate. Okay, katakan coalition A, candidate dia candidate B Ahmad. Okay, macam mana saya nak win election? As a person, the candidate itself, candidate himself. Or, you want to run for the student council, you and the other person, the other person say, siapa ke nama? Norehan. Norehan dia nama Mo. Kita ingat Mo saya. Sebut Norehan. Nor, Siti Nurhaliza lah. Okay. You nak lawan Siti Nurhaliza. Okay. Now, this is on the candidate. What are the factors on the candidate that can contribute to the outcome?
Instagram follower.
Itu model. Instagram follower. Instagram follower. Betul-betul. That is a new factor. Instagram. Okay, tapi Instagram. Instagram tak tahu. Okay, Instagram. One. Okay. Now, in order for you to get followers Instagram, so you must have something, People don't just follow you because it's you. People follow you because of what? Because of the attributes that you have. Macam Siti Nurhaliza. What are the attributes of Siti Nurhaliza that people like?
Good song. Good sound.
Don't forget about the singer. Forget about the singer she is. The person.
Donation.
No, she is what? She is donation. You give donation. What do you call it?
Charity.
She is pemurah. Pemurah. What do you call in English? Hati murah.
Philanthropist.
Macam Ustaz Ibit Liu, pemurah. Ataupun Uncle Kentang, give charity. Tak kena kot. Bukannya nak tunjuk kereta. Okay, other people show their cars, show their houses. Other people, we know that they give, but don't generalize lah. If they show their car, doesn't mean that they don't donate. Okay, so that is not a very good correlation. But that give implication. Okay, so ini you like to donate. Apa nama? What is the verb? Philanthropist. Tak apa. Murah hati. Okay, murah hati. Okay, what else? That is the personality. Okay, we're talking about what? We're talking about the personality of the person. Your integrity. Okay, your leadership quality. Okay, the leadership in you. Okay, leadership quality. Integrity. honesty. All these good qualities will what? May contribute. Okay, if somebody knows, the voters know that this guy, he knows corrupted, but fighting against you, you are very clean. Okay, you are a person of integrity. You are honest. You have leadership. You have high integrity. So that can contribute to winning election. So it is not just the party, of course, another one will be the party that you belong to. Okay. Now, if you have all these facilities, but you run independent candidate, lawan somebody from UMNO, susah. Okay, because the party is important. Because the party has what? The party has already been established, and they have a track record. They have what? They have a historical record of their contribution to the country. You know, if you think about UMNO, okay, which is a party or past, party in existence during still pre-independent, lawan parti baru. Okay, parti baru apa? Parti baru buat. Kata buat last year, dia tak apa hati dengan UMNO, dia buat parti baru. Ini satu lagi masalah. Tak apa hati buat parti baru. Patutnya kita tak apa hati, tak payahlah buat parti baru. Okay, duduk situ je lah. Okay, what is parti baru? Katakan new party. Okay, you have a new party that break down from UMNO. Lawan UMNO, susahlah nak menang. Alright, so the party that you belong to also contribute. So that's why jumping is not good, because when you run for election, the party or the coalition contribute to your winning, not just you. Okay, if you run independently, boleh menang. Very difficult. Okay, so these are a few other factors that contribute to the probability of winning election. Okay, pendek kata, kalau kita tengok ini kan, katakan Noliza masuk election, parlimen lepeh. Okay, lepeh. Orang faham panggil lepeh. Okay, dia masuk UMNO. Ataupun dia masuk PAS. Lawan election, Siti Noliza boleh menang. Why? Because everybody knows her. She is a good person, humble, can do the work. Everything good qualities on her, and she can sing. So dia pergi campaign, nyanyi. Semua orang nak dengar. Okay, so ada cara menang. So these are the factors that can contribute to winning election. Okay, all right. So I think that's it for today. Any comment, any question, anything? So that is the model that we look at. All right, implication of the model. Even though the model is simple, but it has a very, very important implication in real life. Okay, that can be relevant to our winning an election. Okay, all right. So if there is nothing, I will stop here. Now you do the question. Okay, you do the question on chapter 4. Chapter 4, I give you that question. I give you questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what I think I do, I want you to submit one question. Okay, chapter number 4, you submit homework. Okay, I think a very good problem to submit is problem number 1. So problem 1, okay, chapter 4, problem. Do it in group. So if you remember the group, remember your group. Okay, don't change your group. The group is based on the data problem that I give you, first week. So maintain that same group. So that is easy for me lah. Okay, so everybody do same group. Don't do individual. Okay, I want you to do it in group because first homework I saw some people do it individually. Okay, do it in group. Problem number 1, and then do handwriting. Tak payah type. Okay, I don't want to see type written homework because if it is type written, I don't know how you don't waste your time. You know, to type right is quite difficult unless you get it somewhere. So you handwriting, all right? Handwriting clear lah. Okay, and then this is due again here Sunday, 5 p.m. I will put the homework in platform. Sunday, berapa bulan ni? Hari ni 13,
17.
Sunday 17. 13 bulan 4. Okay, 17th of April by 5 p.m. So you can submit earlier or latest that day. Now, for the first homework, I saw there are 1 or 2 people who submit late. Now, if you submit late, don't worry, okay? That will be not graded. So you do that only for exercise lah, okay? So not graded. So if you get 0 for the homework and you submit, that means you submit late. So if you submit late, not graded. Because there is ample time. Why you submit 7 p.m. on Sunday or 8 p.m. Sunday or 10 p.m. Monday? Because I don't give you 1 hour to do the homework. You know, I give you 2 weeks. I assign the question, and after a few days, then only I say submit. So I give you at least 5 days, you know, to work on it. So there is no excuse for late submission. All right, if you submit late, don't tell me any excuse. You know, you will not be accepted. So unless, okay, unless you know, when it's not accepted to tabato juga, unless there is a really valid reason, betul-betul valid. Okay, we know what is valid reason and what is not valid reason. Okay, all right. So that homework question. Now, again, the reason why I give you the homework questions, because this will be the guideline to quiz, the guideline to exam. Okay, so it is good to practice all these things because that will be the leading, that will be the lead to the exam. Okay, so if we don't do it, so sikit lah, alright, practice. Okay, you have to do is practice all these things. Okay, so I'll see you again. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks.